My traditional name is Tsatsumalt. I'm from this traditional territory here in Stamanis. I'm a Coast Salish carver. I've been carving my whole life since I was a little kid. Both my parents are carvers, so it's just something that was always around me, and family of artists. My brother does it, and some of my sisters and stuff, so it's just something that I've always done. So with Porsche, like growing up again, my brother and I are both like real car guys, so we'd always be looking at Porsches when we were kids and stuff, and then later on when I lived in Victoria, we would go in and be like, let's go look at the 911s. And so we would just go into the dealership and look at the 911s, and Porsche is always just something that I wanted to own.
We got this vehicle from the original owners who originally purchased it from us at Porsche Victoria back in 2008. They were looking at selling it, so we wanted to purchase it back from them to make this our classic restoration project. When we first got this vehicle, we didn't have much maintenance history from it, so to start we did a full maintenance on it, including fluids, spark plugs, air filters, all the basic maintenance. We replaced the front and rear brakes, new tires, we lowered a bit with some lowering links. Our vision on this project was to develop something with a local artist, something a little bit different than what I believe most builds will be, the off-road build, and just really wanted to have a product of what we think the West Coast shows.
The way I approached the design of this project was, I just really went and looked at the car, sitting in the car and getting a feel of what would look good and tastefully, where could we accent pieces here and there. We decided on the trim on the inside. There's that aluminum trim, and we popped all that off, and I designed and painted that. And then also having designed the whole project, the whole car itself, and have it wrapped. So that was something that, I just started looking at the lines of the car and the fenders and the way the lights were, the hood, and how the hood related to the front fenders and things like that. And then trying to come up with an idea of what would suit the vehicle. The designs on the vehicle have all different kind of representation. Thinking about like the SUV, what does it really represent? And to me, it kind of represents family or a group. So traveling with a group, traveling with your family. So the Orca made sense to be able to put that on there. Orcas travel with their family in pods. And I just thought that that would be a great kind of theme to go with for the vehicle. And then on the other side, on the passenger side, is a Thunderbird. So the Thunderbird comes from the Sky Kingdom. And when he flaps his wings, he creates thunder, and he blinks his eyes, he creates lightning. So I thought that that kind of theme of the Thunderbird also tied in well with the vehicle itself. And then on the back again is a bear. So, the mother bear with her cubs and protection that the bear has for the family. The hand-painted hood, again, was an idea from Porsche that they wanted to be able to auction it off. And I came up with a design of a raven and with a sun above. The sun is kind of like paying homage to the circle of, usually there would be like a race number or something in the center of the hood. Sometimes you'll see that. So that's like just a little hint of representing that race and pedigree again, but also connecting that to the Coast Salish culture of having the sun there in the middle. I put a lot of thought into the different colors. I looked at a lot of different cars. So again, like that bright red, the green is one of the colors that I chose to represent the forest, but also the water. So within this design, there's the land, which is the land, sky, and this ocean. The canoe idea came up just from conversation. They wanted maybe a surfboard or something put on the roof racks of the Cayenne. And for me, I didn't really match the theme of First Nations art. I thought that a canoe made more sense. And when we looked at that, that was a good idea. And then again, just matching that same kind of pedigree of racing. That's why I chose a race canoe. And instead of like a journey canoe or something like that, the race canoe sits low to the ground, much like how we decided to lower the Cayenne. So I felt like the race canoes that we have, they sit really low in the water, and it kind of, again, complements that racing pedigree of the Porsche as well. When people see this car or look at it, I want them to be able to ask themselves, where did this come from? What is this? And, you know, more than just to have it appealing to the eye, something that flows nicely, something that looks good, but more or less for them to ask the question, you know, what does this represent? Why is this here? I think this project is reconciliation in a way. Like, we never planned it to be that, but like any time that other cultures or other corporations or businesses or government entities will ask questions about who you are and where you come from, give you that kind of a platform to present that, I think that's reconciliation. I think that, you know, in my past pieces of art that I've done, I've had the opportunity to kind of bring that forefront, bring our art style out into the public eye. And I think it's more than just the art style. It's the opportunity to be able to work with somebody, work with people, and to learn about one another's culture and where we all come from. I just really want to thank Porsche for this opportunity to be able to showcase Coast Salish art.